Hello everyone, welcome back to my BDL Season 6 Draft League game, and now in week 3 we are going up against Treeman. As you can see, Treeman has a very interesting team and a very offensive one. We can see he has Tapu Lele, Psychic Terrain with Mega Alakazam, which is a pretty decent combination. The thing is, I don't think Mega Alakazam needs the Psychic Terrain to be really good. Yeah, of course, like, you can block stuff like Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch, but is Mega Alakazam gonna be so much stronger just to click Expanding Force? I am not sure about that, because like stuff that Psychic doesn't hit hard enough will, like, Terrain Pulse will not Terrain Pulse. Expanding Force will not hit hard enough either most of the time. Like, most of the time you put a Scarf on a mon and call it a day. 150 speed, yeah, well. His tier 2 is very interesting. He has the Raptor. And also with his 3 picks he has Volcarona, which I feel like Volcarona is a little bit matchup fish, but like, you always need something for it or it will set up in your face and could sweep you quite hard. And Conk, which is really nice actually. I mean, Conk is always just one of those tanky, very tanky. 140 guts attack is really dangerous actually. Like, okay, 65 special defense is not that great and 45 speed, but he have Mag Punch, which is a little bit sad because of Psychic Terrain. Well, but it works. Then he has Magnezone and Zoroark. Zoroark, like, I really like this Pokemon. I do not like playing against it, but in this case, what could it be disguising? I guess for the Zan, but then it wouldn't Mega Evolve Lele, but then it wouldn't get the Psychic Terrain. You could disguise as Magnezone or Dragalge. The thing is, I don't think Dragalge and Zoroark share an attack besides Sludge Wave, but Dragalge always wants to run. No, Dragalge has adaptability, so you would see it in the damage calc. I guess you could make a case for Golurk, although not so big. But yeah, this is this team, and let's see what I'm bringing against it. And here we are, and as you can see, we are bringing Ninjask for the first time in this draft league. The reason is Ninjask is faster than Scarf, Lele, and Mega Alakazam, and with Ultra Trader Mega Alakazam cannot even sub on it, and I can just do a little bit damage, you know. So Megazam will not sweep me, definitely, because like okay, U-turn obviously, like, if I can bring that in, get chip on the Psychic types and Zora on something, this is really useful. Dual Wing Beat obviously for Conqueror, X-Scissor just for the stronger bug type attack when I want to stay in, and Skitter Smack because I expect him to actually switch in Magnezone maybe, because Magnezone is a little bit a problem for me and can switch into Ninjas very easily, and at least I can lower its special attack if it does. Then we have Howard the Cell Stealer. This is a little bit an anti Magnezone set, because I don't know what he will go, like Specs or Scarf or Life, but he can go leftovers. There's a lot of stuff. This should always live Volt Switch from Scarf. Volt Switch Scarf is not strong enough to kill this. Analytic would trigger if I am faster, but when I'm faster I can click Earthquake and kill it, and I'm always faster with that amount of speed, except he's Scarf. But as I said, if he's Scarf I have that information and Celesteal will not die. Besides that, Leech Seed Toxic just for the little Pyukumuku. I really hate that thing, and I said to myself, I may lose this game, but I will not lose this game due to Pyukumuku stalling me. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pokemon with Toxic. I will not be there and say, okay, I will be getting Toxic by Pyukumuku and lose one of my Pokemon. That will not happen this time. I think it never happened, but okay. Then we have David, a kill score, a lot of HP, a lot of special defense, enough speed to outspeed something important. And then we have Toxic Protect, Stealth Rock, Earthquake. Yeah, like his only one that I can Toxic and is not hit by Earthquake is non-existing actually. I Toxic the Staraptor and everything else I just Earthquake. Protect if I need to switch into Lele. Poison is very useful here. It's a lot of HP, a lot of special defense. This is mainly for switching into Magnezone. Then we have just as Mega Diancie, Earth Power, Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Toxic. What can I say? Hitting hard, taking lives. That's Diancie's job here. And maybe, just maybe, get rid of Pyukumuku too, ne? Then we have Karen, Galar Weezing. This is for Conkeldurr. The Flamethrower, Sludge Wave, Strange Stream, Toxic. If you don't know, Neutralizing Gas gets rid of one's ability. So if it's Guts, Conkeldurr, and his Flame Up activates, but I switch in the Weezing Galar, then his Guts should not work anymore and he gets the burn drop. At least that's the theory. Like Hulking and the Pokemon Calculator is a little bit tricky with that. In theory it's like how it should work. I think his strongest attack then are still EQ and Facade, but we have full HP, full defense, and Weezing Galar has like 120 base defense, so we should be fine even if he goes for Earthquake. Then we have the Volcanion. It's Steam Eruption, Toxic, Earth Horse, Gold. It's, I don't know, it's more an offensive Volcanion because I felt like it was really good. It's faster than Magnezone, it's faster than a lot of his stuff actually, and just hits really hard. Boots, pretty standard. I just realized I don't have any defog options, but I think that's due to him only having Stealth Rocks. And I have obviously 1, 2, 3 flying Pokemon if he would have had Spikes. I have 1 Magic Bouncer, this one's Breathing Boots, this one's Breathing Boots or Rocks anywhere too. But yeah, that's at least the theory, and let's go into the game and see what happened. So here we are. As you can see, he didn't bring Psychic Terrain or Mega Zen at all. He was too scared of ninjas. Completely understandable actually. Like Ninjas has a really good matchup, but with the mon he brings, actually not so much anymore. Like there's nothing I can really beat. I can U-turn on a lot of stuff. I can dual wing beat the Conkeldurr that would just kill me. And besides that, this is really not a Psych. It did its job though. It scared away with Psychic Terrain. I couldn't ask for more. But yeah, let's see how we are going into this battle. As you can see, we lead Dominic versus Conkeldurr, and I miss the Toxic, which is a little bit sad because he is going for knockoff, and I lose my boots now. He is burned now. The thing is, I would have activated his Guts, and then knockoff would have done more if I hit the Toxic. But if I would have hit the Toxic, this Conkeldurr would have taken more damage over time. Anyway, we're going into the round 2. He goes for close combat and got Conkeldurr doing 6% with close combat. Okay, it's 4 times resisted and it's neutralizing gas, but still, that's amazing. Yeah, he's hurt by Rocky Cannon and Burn. He obviously has to switch out. I read him, go for flamethrower, get a little bit chip on the, like actually a lot of chip on the Magnezone. So I switch into Gliscor because it's obviously the set. He goes for Volt Switch for whatever reason. And then he goes for Pyukumuku. I go for Toxic because, well, why would he stay into an obvious Earthquake? Like, I could have seen Staraptor coming in, but it's actually Pyukumuku, which is really nice. I can set up my Stealth Rocks. He goes for Baton Pants, which is interesting, and then goes for Golurk. I go for Toxic, miss. He goes for Poltergeist and does 47. Then he goes for Ice Punch. I don't know why he didn't do it first turn. I think Ice Punch would have done more. But we are back to 78, and we know that we have to switch. He goes for Poltergeist again. Still does 49 to Celesteela. I go for Leech Seed because I hoped he would switch. He doesn't. Nearly kills me. Which is fine. I get a Toxic off. And he goes for Stealth Rock himself now. This Golurk now has a timer. And because I didn't prep for it, it's actually pretty scary, to be honest. He goes for Poltergeist again. But the chip is doing its way. Gliscor comes in. I can just click Protect. But I'd go for the Earthquake because I figured he would switch out, because Protect was the obvious play here. Conkeldurr takes a little bit of chip. I can Protect here, because why wouldn't I? He goes for Ice Punch, which is interesting. There's nothing really he could have done against that. I go back into Weezing, take a little bit of Rock Chip. It does 9% to Weezing. Conkeldurr is nearly dead. I click Flamethrower. And Conkeldurr is dead. Then he goes for Magnezone, which is interesting because I obviously shown that my Gliscor is the answer. I hoped he would not go for the Volt Switch here, but I figured, you know, do I need Weezing anymore? Not really. It's a crit, I don't think it would have mattered. He chose that he's not Boots and Staraptor. Could be Scarf, but I don't think he is. I go for Diamond Storm. He stays in for whatever reason and just gives me his Staraptor. Then Pyukumuku comes in, which I don't understand because I can just go into Gliscor and get damage, get like health pack. I can go for Toxic because I don't want to be countered. I have no idea actually. Yeah, he goes for Baton Pass. He goes into Magnezone. I can EQ and he doesn't switch, which I didn't understand again. Because what was his play here? Like him hoping to outspeed? I don't understand really. But yeah, Golurk comes in, takes a little bit of rocks damage. I can Protect one turn obviously. He goes for the Ice Punch, and this Toxic is starting to get a little bit of damage. I go for Ninjas and sack it because, as I said, I don't need it in this match. I need the switch advantage though. So I go Volcanion. I don't have anything. He gives me his Golurk, which is actually really interesting. Because if he would have gone into Pyukumuku, I would have needed to switch because he could have Toxic me. And coming in again, I would have been on 13% without boots. And with 13% I cannot check Volcarona. I guess I cannot check it anyway, but he lost his Golurk now. He goes for Toxic, which I... Why did you bring Pyukumuku? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mons. They're just super good against Toxic spam. I figured he didn't have Mirror Code or the special counter thing, so I can just Moonblast until it dies. I can Moonblast again. There's the one. Doesn't really matter. He countered. He knows this doesn't do anything. Now he goes Volcarona and shows me that he's not even Boots. Well, I go for Diamond Storm, kill it. And well, yeah, that was the battle against Treeman. GG to Treeman. I can see why you didn't bring Psychic Terrain. But besides that, I think Pyukumuku was a just a dead slot on his team. Like, what could you have brought that would have been, like, even Drugalgi, like, Specs Draco, Specs Sludge Wave, even Flip Turn Advantage would have done so much more than this Pyukumuku. I don't know, switches were rough, like, you saw the game chat, he said something about predicting, but I don't know what there was to predict, because I would just go for the obvious play, like his Staraptor's out, I go for the Diamond Storm. His Magnezone is out on my Gliscor, I go for the EQ. Anyway, GG to you, we are 2-1 now. Next week we are playing against JCK, who has a really interesting team as well. I hope you liked the video, and yeah, see ya!